Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 23 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Create Arcane Engineering, where today I am working continually towards making a time in a bottle. I rearranged my steam engine a little bit here. It looks pretty good, I think. I've got an extra bucket of lava ready to go. I don't suppose they will connect to each other. Probably not, but that's okay. What we will do is just leave that there, and then eventually I'll let it do its thing, right? I'll swap it out. I think if you just click on this one with this one, it fills it up. And this lava is lasting a pretty long time, actually, which is nice. I would like to, pretty soon, get a refinery going, and I'm pretty sure I could refine oil into LPG and diesel and all that stuff and use that stuff to do this. And I'm also pretty sure I can use the blaze burners from Create to do heat generation here. So that said, if we're going to do that, we need to get like all the way into pneumatic craft, which I don't feel like doing right now. I want to get my time in a bottle going, and then we'll get all the way into pneumatic craft. Does that sound cool? I think that sounds cool. Now, to get a time in a bottle, the next thing we need is this guy, the Oriole bottle. Oh, neat. That's a thing that apparently is a thing. But this is. I've got these, sort of. I have some. I don't know how to make them. But there's a quest that shows me. But I've got enough to get my first time in a bottle at least. And I've got this, and I've got this. So this whole setup is good to go. So we're ready to make it. All we need is the Oriole bottle. So for that, we're going to need a filling of spout with Oriole essence and empty vials. And then, you know what? I think actually, no, we will have to make lots of empty vials because we fill the vials with Oriole essence. So we will need a lot of these. We will need to automate these. That is an automation we need to do. I think last episode I said I didn't think I would need them, but I didn't realize that the bottle itself turns into a time in a bottle. So we do need to automate these things. We don't need to automate these jars. Those we will get back. But yeah, we do need to automate those. Okay, fair enough. So let's get that going, like kind of out here-ish right now, right? Now I might want to reverse the direction that this is all moving in, but that shouldn't be a problem. So for this guy, no, probably not reverse it. Probably not reverse it. So yeah, and this doesn't have to be this far out. Okay, so for this guy, we will have, you know, basically a spout that will do that, okay? So we want a spout, and now to get the Oriole essence itself, we're going to need an ultrium jar with a pixie in it and an item drain, and that will get me back my empty jar and the essence that I want. That will go into the spout. Now for the ultrium jar, we're going to need a fan. Oh, look at this. There's different versions of compressed air blowers. That's neat. But a fan with a corrupted pixie in it. Okay, this is the production line that I'm putting in my to-do list up here. And then the ultrium jar with a corrupted pixie, right-click, an ultrium jar with a corrupted pixie, right? So ultrium jar, utrium jar with a corrupted pixie, and that's made from arcane crystal dust and a dark soul, which is another fan, so we need two fans, and then the soul. So that shouldn't be too bad. So let's get like the basics in place, and then we'll start fleshing it out more, right? So I'm going to need a couple fans and a couple other bits. Let me get them all ready, and then I'll come back to do the stuff. All right, if I'm not mistaken, that should be a majority of what I need to get going here. I used some of the Edelwood logs I got a couple episodes back to make my utrium jars. I think that's cool. So again, we're working backwards here, right, to get exactly what we need. So what we want to start with is spouting the liquid stuff onto the vials, which I haven't made yet, but what I'll probably do. Let's actually remove one of these lines. Yeah, that should be cool, right? And then we'll have that guy. The vials will come out. and then they'll probably go into here. Do I want to move this over one more? I think I probably could. Why don't I do that just for the sake of being nice and compact? Plus, I've gotten better at placing and moving belts, so that's always a good time, right? So that's how we'll get that. And then we could probably just feed these guys, like, right over to here if we wanted to. That could be cool. That could be cool, actually. That could be very cool. We'll see. So that's that. And then we need to item drain the pixies and all that stuff, right? So what we'll want to do is probably have an item drain mechanic here. So let's do... You're going to item drain like that. Okay. Right. And then you're going to get your Utrium jar back. And that's going to need to be looped back over to here. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Yeah, we'll figure out how that's going to get back at some point. And then that's going to be fed from a washer. So what we're going to want... How do I want to make that work? I wonder if... No, it's probably going to be pushed on there no matter what. But let's test this out real quick. Probably do this with a belt as well, right? So will you let anything go here? You do, and then you just flip it across. Okay, that was my curiosity, because that means we're going to have to filter what's allowed through here, right? So we're probably going to want a brass tunnel to make sure that the things are done washing before they're allowed in, right? So do I have any more of those? I do, luckily. They're not too expensive once you get access to them. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll have, and I could put this on the other side if I so chose, right? But what we would do is we would do something like this. Now, if I do that, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to find out, is if that would work. And it does, and that's cool, right? So now what I can do is I can get my Utrium jar with that in it, and we can have right under here can be our fan, right, for washing. And then we'll put our water source block there, and that could be cool. I like it. Does that sound good? Well, that's not going to turn off my thing, right? Okay. That looks good to me. And from there, we need the Utrium jar, and that is right-click a jar with a corrupted pixie. Now, in addition, right-click a jar with a pixie. So we're going to need those pixies, and then we're going to need the jar here. So maybe... And then what, a breaker? Is that what? Because there's no, like, there's no thing here, right? Let's see what this says, right? Corrupted pixies in the corrupted pixie jars. This is an Utrium jar. You click it. So we're going to have to break it, but only when it's already a jar. You can now mine the corrupted pixie jar. Right. So the only thing that'll be able to break it would be, if we're going create, the drill. But the drill, we only want it to run if it's a corrupted pixie jar there. So that might be easier said than done. We're going to have to figure that one out. Yeah, that's a thing. For now, I'm going to label this here so that only that can go in. So like what'll eventually happen is that it'll be washing, and then eventually it'll be cool, right? Now, why are you all... Mechanical belty. I don't know why you're being weird, belt. Okay. Okay. And then underground, I can get a vertical gearbox going, and we're just going to have to see if that's a sufficient rotation or if I need another gearbox in there to reverse it. Is that blowing up? It is. Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Okay, so you'll do that. Now for the corrupted pixie jar, that one I'm not quite sure about. But let's get the corrupted. Let's do like a placeholder here for like you're gonna do something to make the corrupted pixie jar happen. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. And then here is where we'll get the corrupted pixie itself. So that's going to be a deployer and then a fan, right? So let's get that going, right? So that'll be you. Let's get like a few lines. Okay. You're going to be a deployer for the... Didn't I make a deployer? Did I skip the deployer? I may have skipped a deployer. Let me get one of those. Shouldn't be bad. There we go. So something's going to happen for the placement bit. Right? Now you're going to do that, and then you're probably going to want... So blowing the fan up won't work too well with the soul bit, right? I don't think so. Because the only way to get... what's Haunted Mesh? Oh, that's cool. That's neat. I don't know how that works, but it's cool looking. But the only way we're going to get Soul Fire, right, is in front of. So we won't be able to do that from the side. We're going to have to put the Soul Sand here, light it with a flint and steel, and then the fan behind it. True? So Soul Sand... I'm sure I've got some somewhere, right? Yes, there we go. Realistically, I only need one. Okay, and I'm thinking I'll put it here, and then we can do another brass funnel here that says, hey, only certain things are allowed in, right? And then this will be the Soul Fire. Okay, with a fan behind it. And I did make a second fan, I know that much. Cool. And then we just got to get you spinning. So what I could do is... This might work. Yeah? Is that cool? And that's blowing. That works for me. Now I think if I did the pressure plate trick or the trapdoor trick, we should be fine with that, right? Where's my buddy the trapdoor? Do I not have any more? There we go. No more getting blinded. But that should work. Cool. So that works for me. And then, so what we want to do is we want to get the corrupted pixie is arcane crystal dust. The dark soul comes from a soul, right? Now we'll do the soul sand automation in a bit, but let's expand this a little. And what I'll do is I'll throw a chest here for the time being, right? Just to get, you know, things working all right. Okay, and then we want the andesite funnel, and I'm going to want my souls. Andesite dude, there you are. Okay. So again, this is all kind of like temporary until we get more up and running. But effectively, we put a soul in here. And then he should get, you know, cursed into the darker soul thing. There it is, right? We put that on the allow list, and now that's allowed to go through. Cool. Now you need some rotational fun. Luckily, that looks pretty easy. Okay. So now you go through there. You need the arcane crystal, which again, we're going to automate soonish, but we'll start with a couple of them just to kind of get me going. That should be fine. And then over here, I'm assuming I crush you into dust. I actually didn't validate that, so I hope that's how it works. Yep, or no, it's not. Okay, cool. Arcane. Crystal dust. You can smelt that. You can do that. Is there really, like, no way to get the crystals into dust? So the arcane crystal obelisk will get me 50 of them. Let's see how that's made. I'm going to do this real quick. I don't think you need this whole multi-block. First, place an arcane polished darkstone, then 2 arcane crystal blocks above it. Okay. So we might have to do this arcane polished darkstone thing. So it is an arcane gold ingot and polished darkstone. Boy, is my inventory a mess as usual. Let me put away a few create things that I may not need right now, like my hand crank doesn't need to be here, andesite machines, the glass. You can come back out though. I think I need most of the other stuff, maybe. I don't think I need the steam engine right now, though technically I could add 2 more, I believe, steam engines to the thing that I have. I don't think I need another mechanical press just yet, and I don't think I need the stressometer. And I'm done with. Okay, cool. That cleans that up. So quests, Blackstone. Where do we get that from? We can haunt any cobblestone. We'll get Blackstone. Okay. Luckily, we have a haunter right here. Should have brought my cobblestone with me before I went. Right, and then that should be haunted into Darkstone. And like I said, we will look into automating this. And then we need an arcane gold ingot, which is gold nuggets and moon depart dust, which I'm pretty sure I have some of these already, so that's cool. And I got them from those satchel things, right? I've got some nuggets. I don't know if I have any actual arcane gold ingots. I don't. I do have some Moondabitter dust, which is a soul bead from Quark, right? And arcane crystals. But that's okay, we'll get there. And this is needed for some other things. So let's do this. And then you're going to be polished darkstone, which is darkstone, which is blackstone, haunted again. So in theory, if we set up a filter correctly, we just put cobblestone on and it'll turn into the blackstone. It just needs 2 cycles of haunting, and that should be cool. Because it's blackstone, haunted again, becomes darkstone. In theory. There it goes. Nice. Cool. And then that to polish it. Okay. And then over here, we can make it into arcane. Cool. And then we take 2 blocks of you, and we hit it with the Mundipar dust. And then we break this. And then we crush it. And that's what we're supposed to crush. And that'll get me the 50 dust stuff, right? Yeah, I don't know how to get an Arcane Gold Ingot. We should probably just make one of those. Or I do know how to get one. I need a gold nugget first. Okay. I just want the quests to all be marked, and then I'll be good. Cool. Okay, so that means you're done. Soul bead is the prereq. Liquefied resent bucket. Oh, you want me to get all that stuff before I mark the quests complete? How was this done again? It's just entity melting, right? And it doesn't take any damage. Lava works as a source. I wonder if it uses up lava. It may. It may not. I'm not sure. I guess we have to make a whole smeltery setup? I guess. Smeltery controller. And then we're going to want a bunch of these seared bricks, which is just clay, gravel, and sand. You go away. Oh, there we go. So you go in there. I'm going to wind up putting this stuff away. Clay, gravel, and sand. That's better. Okay. Now, let's get ready for the smeltery. We want the fuel dude for the smeltery, right? And hopefully this doesn't... I'm thinking like a small one should be sufficient, right? So a fuel tank... If we make it like super small, it should be okay. Because it only needs to be a 1x1 internal, right? So let's test this out here. And this is probably going to be temporary, but can you still do smelteries that are like any size, or is that no longer a thing? Guess we're going to find out, right? Technically, that's a smeltery? Does that count? Now, if I put my captured dude in here, right? Is he stuck? I would suspect that he is. And then I just need to fuel this with a bucket of lava. Luckily, I have a healthy amount of that. Well, would you look at that? That's kind of cool. That is actually kind of cool, right? And then if we got a seared drain... And we replaced this with the drain. then you're ready to get a bucket's worth of that stuff. Right? And that'll complete the quest. And then what we'll do is we'll move this later and get it to make the stuff that we need, right? But that's not a bad start. And he doesn't take damage for this. So him just living here means he's always running. So this is just like an infinite producer of this liquefied resent stuff. Nice, right? All right, I'll come back when we have a full bucket's worth so I can scoop it. There we go, a bucket's worth. So scoop that. Oh my goodness, that's not quite what I was expecting to happen, but happened it did. Now, is that using up lava? It is. It is using up lava, in fairness. So we need to be aware of that, right? Like, lava's being used there. So we will have to continuously feed him lava, but still, something we can manage. Okay. So now with that done, let's make sure all our quests flag as properly complete. Just so we can do it, right? So soul beads, quest complete. Moondibitor dust. I guess your prerequisite is the Arcane crystal dust. Oh, I have to do that. You guys are all over the place. I will open that legendary artificer's bag, just not yet. Actually, I should be sleeping because it is late. Because we're going to need more than one smeltery for the setup eventually, aren't we? I think so. At least one smeltery, maybe two. All right, so then you need arcane crystal dust, which is what? We just combine these guys like that, and that'll get us that. Cool. And that quest completes a bunch of stuff, which is cool. So you're just grayed out, but you are in fact complete, and you're being weird about the fact that you have a reward still? Okay, I'll take a second batch of those rewards. Sure. Yeah, you were being weird, mister. Yeah, I don't know what order this is supposed to be going in, but whatever. Now, right, we've got our dusts. Did I sleep? I did. Good. So over here, I'm just going to pick you up real quick, just for the quest completion purposes, right? So we put you there, you're allowed through, you're waiting for dusts to happen, right? I give you a dust, you've got dusts now. We've got our pixie, okay? Now our pixie is going to go into a jar, okay? Now I've got my jar with a pixie in it. That's how we do that bit, okay? Now we need to wash, right? Is that what we do? We wash it with water, right? So for that, I would want probably a chest. And a funnel. So if I do this, he should get stuck there trying to be washed. And then once I get the cleaned up pixie, then we can filter properly, right? Like that, okay? So now the cleaned up pixie will go straight across there, get drained, and then we can get our jar back, okay? And this Oriole essence is what needs to go into here, okay? So that we get one of these. Okay. There's probably a clever way to make this connect up. Is there something nearby? Not far. Right? And then one above here. And that's cool. So now you should have sent your Oriole essence into there. And now I should be able to get... I thought I had some. These guys. Yes, that's what I need. Empty vials. Okay. And they're going to go... Basically... I'm not going to do it now, but... Oh, wrong thing. Nope, not you either. Empty vials, please. Yoinks! That's cool. And now you're ready to do this thing. Cool? Actually, no. I'm going to rotate you guys such that... Well, no, I can do that. Probably. How about I do this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do something like that. Let me go get more belts, and I'll be right back. Alright, so let's get ready to get this thing going. So you guys can all do this, right? Come on, cancel that. There you go. Okay. So the first time in a bottle is going to happen right now, right? Because we do that. Okay. And then we do crystal fragment, 2 arcane gold. So crystal fragment. By the way, those are only a 20% chance, which is the worst. %20 chance. These things are really slow to make. Making this a 20% chance was rude. I'm just saying that out loud. Rude and a half. And I feel like I'm going to need more of this stuff to happen here. What if we swapped this out with this and we just put you... You're killing me, Smalls. Killing me that you do that. So you need to be a bucket of source, right? I know I still have one because I saved all these buckets in case I did something like that. So source bucket. Okay, and that should be cool now. And I'm clearly going to need more copper plates. 16 sound about right? Sure. Okay, and then you can go here, okay, and then you can be picked up and go here and here. Okay. And then in addition, you can do... Let's turn you off for a sec before you make a giant mess. I don't want you connecting, so I'm doing that. And then you, annoyingly, need to go, like, up and over. Unless I want to, like, do some extra belty stuff over here, which I kind of don't. So that's how I'll handle that. And then you can get me some of these guys. And you're going to be pipes, please. Nope. This here, here, here. Cool. And then in theory, you should be sending that stuff over there now. Right? You'll push it into there, and then you'll push the liquid over this way. Cool. Can you get that far? Apparently not. Apparently not. We may need another one of these. We may need this guy to, like, help. what we could have is something like this. And then we could have you. Does that count? Yeah, that works. That works, that works, that works. And now you've got source ready to go, and you're ready to mechanically press. So now, in theory, I drop my Oriole bottle in here, and we should go boom, 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 drip, and bow. Time in a bottle. What's up? Time in a bottle. Time in a bottle. Wow. We got it. We did it. Achievement get. How cool was that? Now, that didn't count because there's a lot of things that we didn't do all the way. Like ghostly glass. I didn't deploy that, though I probably could. What else would I need to do here? Yeah, so I really just need to get ghostly glass. I can probably make that happen. Let's just knock out that quest real quick if I can, right? So you and a few ghosts. Soul beads, right? And you can be like my manuals. Isn't that right? Ghostly glass. Oh, glass hits the soul bead. Other way around. I was close. Right? And then, you know, that completes the empty quest file. And then we just need another Oriole bottle, which shouldn't be too bad, because we might even have enough liquid essence to make another one of them. Where was it? Is it just here? Yep. Nice. Okay, quest complete. Quest complete. And I know I've got a few more crystals. And that's all the quests complete. Nice. Okay. And in fact, if I just do this... that completes that quest for me. And that's pretty cool. Is that the whole chapter complete then? It seems like it, doesn't it? It feels like it. Why didn't it go like dun dun dun, as if I had completed the entire chapter? Why didn't it do that thing? There must be more. How about under progression? Nope, no idea. There must be more, but they're hidden. Chronal Chaos. There we go. That did not unlock that, but that opened up this. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. Well, hey, how cool is that? We completed Time in a Bottle. So how about we wrap up the episode here, come back next time, and do some more automating around this, because we're going to need lots and lots of times in a bottle. Like, we need a lot of time in a bottles, not just one. But what I can do is probably, if I just snag one more crystal, I think I'm good to do this cycle one more time. The only thing we don't have is we don't have the crystal. Oh, and we don't have a source gem. That's right, because they were like 20% chance, which is the worst. I'm gonna put 4 in there and see what happens. Oh good, we got 2 that time. Nice. And then we can do this. It's cool, right? It's kind of cool. I love Create. It's such a good mod, right? So then you plus my spellbook equals the mage's spellbook. Sweet. All right, wrapping up point. Darwell20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Ah, did I lose all my spells? I guess I did. All right, well, we'll just have to remake them. For now, take it easy.